Minimalism doesn't always start with a Pinterest board or a decluttering video. It could sometimes start with stress or a move or just that one moment where you just can't keep up with everything. You're overwhelmed with the decisions and the life situation that you have overall. Honestly, most of us don't decide one day to become a minimalist. I think the path just ends up there in life where we want to progress in. For me, it wasn't about an aesthetic or a clean counterpart. It started all when I was in a big shift and life-changing chapter in my life. I just couldn't deal with what's going on and what I have currently, emotionally, physically, how my surrounding looks like. There was a need of change, and that's where minimalism stepped in and kind of helped me to solve my problems or see it in a way that is not as overwhelming and give me that anxiety that I used to have before. And that's also the way and path where I started to think differently. Hi, welcome back here on Ladies Mantle. I'm Nina, where I talk about simplifying your life and truly have the things in your life that you value. And I also want to use this moment to thank all my subscribers. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. And yeah, it's a great pleasure to have you around here on this little corner. Yeah, feel free to subscribe if you're a new person, and I'll keep up with other videos for you. Let's move on to what is actually the thing that brings us to minimalism. And I want to break that down in 4 parts for you so that you can kind of see where could be a start for you to become a minimalist. The way I see it is minimalism often reach us when we're overwhelmed. We're stressed and we can't keep up the way we have things. But these 4 parts that I have for you can maybe help you to define where you want to start first in minimalism. And from there, probably you will include all of them, because that's the way I feel is minimalism all about. Simplicity, clarifying what you need, and sorting out what truly wants to stay with you and gives you joy and pleasure. In the first point, we have environmental awareness. Maybe one day you're just starting to think how much clutter, trash I'm accumulating every week, and how much time it takes me to bring them all to the recycling station. I bring so many groceries home and half of it is just packaging. The amount of bags that I have for one-way uses, overall just the waste. Am I interested in biological resources? Is it that I care about animals? Economical awareness questions come up like, do I really need this? Is there an alternative option like plastic free or something that you can reuse instead of a one-way use? There are many things that can go under this category, or you just decide, hey, is there an option that I can buy that one item which is good quality rather than go with quantity? Point number 2 is financial stress and burnout. For others, it's maybe a financial situation, keeping up with the living cost, inflation, or just the way you have to commute to work. Things change and you might get not the salary that you want, or you just want to save up for something. Is it that you can change your spending habits, or you're getting more aware of the overall overconsumption culture, from being happy and satisfaction yourself, buying something, accumulating clutter, and then doing it all over again, and the build of waste. You're getting more aware of this. And who doesn't like to have a bit more money? You think maybe about your future, retirement even, or you want to have a big investment that you want to save up to. If you're not able to keep up your paycheck routines, or you just living paycheck to paycheck, that's another way that you're burning yourself out when you have financial struggles in your life. By starting to tracking your budgeting or your spendings overall, even unsubscribing from subscription that you not often use, or even have multiple or similar ones that fit kind of the same purpose. These are ways where you can start as well. Is a real big one is mental health and overwhelm. I think that's one of the biggest foundation that we have in minimalism is our mental being, our mental health, that we really treasure over the time when you're a minimalist. But it's also the biggest struggle, I think. Like, let's say if you're coming home into a cluttered space, it's not just your mental way of feeling overwhelmed or anxiety. It is also the the projection of having a physical and mental clutter can really build up to an even more stressful life. It could be that you're already dealing more than enough at work. You're coming home to unclear, untidy home, and then you need to have 2 hours more of just fixing the clutter or getting an organization that you can finally have a bit of peace of mind. That's not ideal, and definitely not a happy and capable life of functioning. Plus, having your home also as a recharging point. By taking simple actions to modify your home or just getting rid of your anxious, overwhelmed mindset, is by starting small. Taking a little step of decluttering the space that you use the most or is the most annoying one that is really a thorn in your side, that can help. Even if it's just 15 minutes, tackle this and see if that little thing is already helping you. And from there you build up. Set a little timer of just 5-10 minutes, that can already help. But taking care of your overstimulation. Minimalism can be a good guide in that. Let's move on to point number 4. Is big life transition and identity shift. Maybe that's for another person that it starts like that. You're becoming a parent for the first time, you're moving abroad, or you're just on a self-discovery journey, reinventing your whole way and questioning and shedding your old skin and go into a real big transformation. And the way you do things are maybe not working for you out anymore. The way you handle things, or even just you can't connect anymore the way things are, or just overall you feel a lack of identity with the things and the surrounding that you have built so far. And that's another thing that you have to first get used to it. Making different decisions or even moving abroad, getting used to a new environment, building a new environment. That's a huge part where you have to adapt new routines, maybe even have to be swifter on your feet. That's always a thing where minimalism can guide you, of having simpler routines, taking care of what is manageable to you or what you can prioritize. Maybe you're carving more simple moments or less overstimulations, letting go of physical clutter and emotional regulation, questioning, educating yourself. But what do they all have in common? I think in the end, minimalism comes to your life or presented to you when you are struggling, you feel overwhelmed, you have problems. And probably when you're on your journey and you're progressing more, all of these 4 points eventually gonna come and become one. But by starting by just one or identifying which one you're struggling the most will help you. Because minimalism is in the end a tool that you can use. It's not just about owning just 30 things or getting rid of 30 things or living out of a suitcase. If extreme minimalism is far away from being natural to you, it's just adapting and helping your life to feel manageable, to feel freeing, and to have truly space of what you want to do. And so if you're starting out, which one of these 4 points are you drawn to the most? Is it more the environmental? Do I care about certain things? Can I just adapt a little bit more about my clutter and the way I accumulate trash or recycling at all? Could it be maybe a financial thing? Can I do a no buy year? Can I do a no buy week? And also budgeting maybe is in your target line. If it's mental health, can I do something that provides me peace of mind and less task to do? Or even carving out moments and time in your daily schedule that is just for you and without the need of productivity or showing up as in a way that you have to prove something. Do just something out of joy. Or is it that you're in transition, you're opening a new chapter? What can serve you there? What is truly simplifying for you now? Is it something that you never prioritized before? So you learn new things, learn about them, read about them, educating yourself. So what that should teach you is that there is no one way ticket to minimalism. And the way I express and live minimalism might be so different from yours. But picking out and learning from other people was always a benefit to me, so I could adapt what served me, what I can take care of, and what truly matters in the end for my progress. So use these guidelines and these 4 entry points that you can start in small steps, even if it's just a small thing every day that you can do. That's more than enough. It's not a marathon that you have to have by a certain date, the way minimalism has to look like. It's really a path also of reflecting, of building new connections, and also even sometimes healing yourself, healing from the way that you used to do things. I'd like to ask you, what brought you to minimalism? Is it even one of these 4 entry points that I mentioned now? I would love to hear your story. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for your time. I truly wish you a good day. Thank you. Bye.